The next video here will finish up chapter 1 and work through chapter 2. Let's open up SPSS.
SPSS statistics.
Now remember we saved one last time called course treatment. So we're going to open that back up. There's two ways you can open that up in SPSS. You can either do it through the file, or you can do it through here when you just go into the program. Notice the SAV ending, that's your data. The SPV ending, that is your results. So we want to open the data for course treatment. Now in the book it mentions as far as, let's say if you have 2 more participants to add, what you do is just click there. That's all there is to that. And we add the information. So remember 1 is class A and 2 is class B. So let's say this person was in class A and they did receive treatment and their score was a 93. The second participant we're adding, let's say they were in class B and they did not receive treatment and their score was 73. So that's how you do that. And for the nature of chapter 1, most of it, notice they have is unknown, the measure. Once you say what the measure is, you can't switch it to unknown. So the purpose of the beginning of chapter 2, I'm going to add one here. So we have one that's unknown. It's the day, and let's move that to 0, and that's going to be a 1. So a value for this, let's pick a value. Let's say if they got a 1, they were in the Friday evening class. And if it's number 2, they were in the Saturday morning class. Okay, there you go. That's added. Now notice it says unknown now. We're going to leave it that way. Okay, now we're going to put it down as far as which one they're in. Let's say Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Saturday. Of course yours, if it's real, you won't be doing it that way. This is made up, totally made up for explanation purposes. I saved it. Now what we're going to go into here is, it mentions as far as if you were to do a descriptive statistic for something that really you shouldn't be doing a descriptive statistic, or a different type, but for this matter it's descriptive. Could be something else later. You need to know what you're doing. For this I'm going to just pretend I click on the wrong one, which I did test scores. That's not what I want. Let's say I'm over here already. Whoa. So go back over, I click on test scores, I push a little arrow and it brings it back to this box. I want to select day. In my options, it's the same as it was set before, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. I click continue, I click OK. Well, guess what? We can't, it's not the type of thing that you figure out minimum, maximum, because 1 is Friday, 2 is Saturday, and the mean is 1.5. That's not the right type of analysis to be using for that type of data. I'm not saving this. So now let's get on to more parts of chapter 2. We already discussed how to select nominal, ordinal, and scale data. Now we're going to go over to page number 14, selecting a subset. Okay, with the same data. So we go to data here. Whoop, let's go back on it. And we go all the way back down to select cases. There it is. I hit them now. Select cases. Notice the default is all cases, but we want an if condition. Okay, and we want it a day. So let's do the if. So day, if day equals 1. So that's what we're going to choose. If day equals 1, continue, and then OK. Now we're going to go back to our data view. Whoops. It's not what we want. Okay, go back to the data view. Course treatment. Now notice when we look at this, the line is through the ones that don't have the number 1 for the day. Okay? The filter. So, now what we're going to do is we're going to analyze. We're going to do descriptive again. And we're going to look at, let's get the day out of there. We're going to look at the test score based on individuals that are just in Friday's class. We have the same thing, mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, continue. Okay. Now notice that that's the minimum and maximum score and the mean and standard deviation for the individuals that were in the Friday class. That's based on our filter, see? Filter by filter. It's based on the filter of only wanting the ones that are in Friday, day equals 1. So that's what this is. Close out of that. For the purpose of this, I'm not saving that. Okay, we have that part done. Now we're on to page number 16. Computing a new, which I have that down here. That's my untitled. It's this one here. They have a Q. I used the letter A. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to, they mentioned about manipulating the variable. We're going to transform this. So we're going to go up to transform and compute variable. Let me reset this because I did this earlier. The target value, they have it listed as total. So we're going to put it as total. See, that's your target value. And now what we want to do is tell them what we want that to be. So we click on A1 and then plus A2 plus A3. Move that over there too. And now we're telling them we're basically done. So we're going to click OK. Now notice we have a total column here. That's how they did that. And the next one we're going to do is recode into same variable. That's on page 17. The bottom of it. Transform. Actually, it's recode into different variable. We're making a new variable, which the variable is like the column. So recode into different variable. What we want is we want the total. We want to break the total down into 2 parts. And what do we want to name that? Let's see, in the book they name it group. So we're going to name it group. Okay? So as you follow along, it's right there. There it is. I click change. There it says group. And now we want old and new values. I gotta delete these because I did this earlier. Okay. First, notice how they have in the book. They have the highest. They have listed first, which is number 2, and then the lowest. So we'll click on a number through the highest. So I'm going to pick 24. highest, and that's going to get a value too. And then add. And then my other one, my lowest range, notice I'm clicking here at lowest range through. So if that is a 24, that means this one should be up to a 23. And I gotta tell them what value I want that to be. I want that to be a value 1. So I click add. And that part's done. So I click continue. And then I'm all done with that. I was all done explaining what I wanted them to be broken down is, so I click OK. And now let's go to there we go. There's the group column. Okay? That's what that did for us. And notice here, which is really cool, if we go to there, it does have the row listed also, of course. So that's how you do that part of Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. The next one will be Chapter 3 with descriptive statistics. I'm going to go into that next, in the next video.